All right, so we're going to go to number 2. We already did number 1 in class. Make sure you plot. This is 5-4 over 20-10. This one is 30-14 and 35-16. All right. If I'm going over 5, up 4, plot those points. Over 20, up 10. Over 30, up 14. And over 35, up 16. And you can see it's going to create a linear model or a linear function, linear equation. But I want to make sure you know you have these 2 points. I want you to solve the rest of it. I want you to go x, y, and then what's the formula again? We're going to go y minus y, x minus x. 4 minus 10, 5 minus 20. If you use your calculator, use your calculator, okay? Give you a second. Push pause during this. Don't just cheat. Go ahead and look through what you're doing. If you do this properly, and I did it right? We got 4 minus 10, good. I have negative 6 over negative 15, which eventually turns into 2 over 5, because we would divide 3 out of both of these. All right, so we're rising to running 5. That's interesting, okay? Now, that's our slope. All right, now from here, how do we get our y-intercept? Don't we have to plug in something? Can we plug something here and here and go ahead and solve this out? So if you use your calculator, this might be easier, but the 5 goes here and the 4 goes here. If you do this properly and use your calculator, plug in 2 over 5 times 5. And I know how to use my fraction rules here. I can just go ahead and multiply straight across and get 10 over 5, which equals 2. And if you use your calculator, you should get 2. Now 2 is what equals here. Does 4 equal 2? 4 doesn't equal 2, obviously, unless you add 2. So I'm going to add positive 2, and that's the rest of our equation, plus 2. All right? Now, the next one. Write an equation in slope interforms that represents the data. This is x and y, so don't get confused with your coordinates. All right? And this is x and y. And go ahead and solve this. Again, don't cheat. Go ahead and use your calculator. I got 100 minus 105, 0 minus 1. Negative 5 over negative 1, so we know negative over negative is a positive. We got that. Now, this is my cheat code. I know whenever 0 is x, that's my y-intercept. But if we plugged in 0 here, and right here would be 100, right? We plugged in this coordinate. That coordinate is 0, 100. We would have to add 100. All right, let's keep going. Actually, you can do this one on your own. I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. This last one, write an equation that shows the height of the tomato plant. All right, so you would have to go ahead and solve this. All right, 8 minus 11, 0 minus 1, negative 3 over negative 1, which is positive 3. All right, and then guess what? I plug in 0 here. Again, that's my cheat code. I know it's plus 8. Now, this is curious. This is interesting. This is interesting because we plug in 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 8 is 17. So all these points check out. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Where would you put the 6? Isn't this an x? So if I plug in 6 right here, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 8. 18 plus 8 is 26. Okay? Now, people that are watching my YouTube, flip this over, and I want you to graph this. And let's see, tomorrow, maybe I'll give some extra points or maybe some starburst or something to the student that graphed this properly. All right, go ahead and graph that on the back, and then I'll give you credit tomorrow.